Hey guys, and welcome to a new build review. Today we're looking at a really special Korean build. We're looking at a build that Rush, my favorite streamer and jungler, used recently. It's not a split push build, but rather a complete one-shot pick-out chase kind of build, and I'm really in love with it. And this time we actually have footage from Rush himself, which is pretty nice, but I've also play tested it, of course, so I get a feel for it. Before we start, I want to mention that I will be giving my opinion on all the items, runes and masteries, so if you think otherwise, disagree and so on, write it in the comments below. Rush also revealed on the stream that in Season 2 he was a Shaco main. Just thought there was something interesting to know. Now let's start off with a gameplay analyzation. His clear stays pretty normal, he just clears the complete bot side and then proceeds to gank a lane. So nothing much here, just very standard. After that, he just constantly ganks and snowballs as hard as possible. Again, just regular Shaco. The only expectation being that in mid to late game, he still stays with his team and just one-shots the carries or catches those out who are out of position. Other than a lot of other Shaco mains going to split push like madmans at that point of the game. But as you're gonna see later, this build is not really built to split push that well, I would say. So now let's move over to his build and how the items affect his playstyle. He starts off with a Hunter's Talisman and a Hunter's Potion. I'm not quite sure why he didn't go for Machete, because he was just ganking constantly anyways, but maybe he just wants to stay in jungle as healthy as possible. On his first back he gets Blue Smite and as many long swords as possible, to then finish Warrior. I've kinda been against Blue Smite for a longer time, but now I'm getting to like it again because it's slow and a little bit of damage that lets you execute or chase down enemies that would have gotten away feels pretty damn nice. And I think on this build it's the better choice. After that he goes for mobility boots. I've already talked about them in the last guides as well. They don't have combat stats, but if you're looking to snowball and just one-shot squishies, they're perfect. He doesn't go for time at this point. That's another reason why I said he doesn't focus on farm and split pushing and more on killing carries. Instead he gets a Humus, which is a pretty standard amazing item to catch people, has great combat stats. With the active they're even better. Overall one of my most loved items. Maybe they'll change after the update though, because they will remove the attack speed buff on the active. At the same time they're adding movement speed out of combat. And if you then get a Draktar as well with Mobi Boots, your speed will be pretty insane. But we will know more when that comes live. Moving over to my favorite item of this build, the hextech Gunblade. Building out the hextech revolver first for more burst. Now this item has always been meh on a lot of champs, other than Akali of course, but I feel like after Shaco gets updated and gets AP scaling on his Q, this build might become a normal build or maybe even the core build on Shaco, which I actually would be pretty happy about because I just love hextech Gunblade. But I never really build it because I feel like it's not really a pretty stable, overwhelming item. But it's one of those niche items that you just have to love so much. I tested this build out and it actually felt pretty nice, especially when built out. The double healing from clone when 1v1ing and the healing overall was just really nice. The combo with Humus, Blue Smite and Hextech to catch out people is amazing. Literally no one can escape from you. I still think that it's not really that stable of an item and it maybe only worked because I got ahead pretty much all of the time. If you don't get ahead, but you just have to get ahead with Shaco, that's just a thing. But yeah, as already mentioned, after the update, this might change. Hopefully actually. Moving on to an item that a lot of people get instead of Gunblade at this place, a static shift. Amazing wave clear, even more burst, just another fun item. That's just what I love about this build. It's so niche and fun. I don't think niche is a word, but I guess now it is. As last item he gets a Dustblade of Draktar. So now even more one-shot potential with all the armor penetration and even more movement speed for better chasing. I feel like the new Dustblade will maybe even be better with the new passive, which is if you're unseen for 1 second, your basic attack will do more damage with more lethality. Lethality is the new armor pen that will help you to one-shot even more and will probably make Dustblade a more stable item, because if you blow the passive that it has now on the tank, you're gonna have to wait for the long cooldown to actually use it on someone that matters. My overall facet is an English word? I don't know. Well, I hope you understand. To this build is that it's not the kind of split push build we usually see. It's definitely extremely fun to use, a bit unstable and unreliant I feel like, but if used right can be really good. Moving over to the masteries, going for Thunderlords with Bounty Hunter and Natural Talent in the Ferocity tree, which gives you less early game damage, but if you get ahead, the 5% feel really great. For runes he goes for 980 marks, 9 armor seals, 4 attack speed glyphs and 5 magic resist glyphs, which I'm not a big fan of. I rather go all the way with magic resist or attack speed, but maybe a mixture isn't that bad at all. And 3 attack speed quints. Pretty basic rune set, I would say. Closing out of this video, I can only repeat myself. I love Rush and I love this build, but what did you think about the build? Definitely tell me your thoughts in the comments below. Also, if you're feeling extra spicy, maybe check out my stream in the description below. I hope you're having an amazing day. See ya.